Rebels.
The Rebels. Ole Miss. Now, that's the wrong one. Let's go straight into this one. Our guy, Crazy Lane. To me, that's what I'm calling him. Crazy Lane nowadays. He's a wild guy, man. 25 transfers this year. What else can you say? 8-5 last year. Got off to a good start. Somewhere just went flat in the season, and also was 4-4 in conference. But he's a guy that's constantly talked about for trying to get the next big job somewhere else. But throughout all the charades of the coaching thing, he stayed right here at Mississippi for his fourth year, where he's 23-13. He's 14-5 at home. He protects the house. He's 7-6 on the road. He competes on the road. This year, he's returning 9 on offense, 7 on defense. Why do you still need 25 transfer lane? Talk to me, big ball, big Ragu.
Well, we used to have a guy we used to call the Riverboat Gambler, Les Miles. This is the guy now. He's the Riverboat Gambler, this guy right here for sure. Because he's always spinning his wheels. He's always trying to make a deal. This guy, I love it. I mean, he's an exciting coach to kind of, if you're a sports gambler, this is the guy that you want to, go against and go with every week, because he's always scheming and always got something in the pot cooking. So, yeah, I mean, why would he do it? Because he wants to put the best product on the field. He wants to compete. He wants to do it week in, week out. And I always like to, I admire him because he never sits still. He's always got it going on. So, yeah, I mean, when he had Corral, that was like his ace in the hole, so to speak. So now he's kind of, he's a great quarterback's offensive mind. He always have things ready. We thought that initially when he got to Mississippi, their defense was like when you and I started doing the shows. He was really focused on defense, but now I think he's got the defensive things figured out. But offensively now he's always grinding at the axe on the offensive side. And I think they'll be good this year. I think what he's got a West Coast guy, Jackson Dart, right? That's going to be his guy this year. I think he's a capable quarterback. He's the guy now. So I think he's talented, and he's probably not the top level guy, but he's a guy that's going to compete week in, week out, and make plays. So I'm excited to see what this Rebel team puts on the field on the offensive side.
Yeah, I mean, on the offensive side, last year they were 35 in points per game. They were number 2 in rushing, and they were number 56 in passing. And I made some good money early in the season taking the under with those guys because although Kiffin has this score mentality throughout the years, he was actually getting his money on the ground, so it was taking more time. So unders came in early, but later on in the season when the defense slipped, game started getting out of hand. They have to start playing from behind. But yeah, Jackson Dart hasn't won the job 100%. The depth of the QBs is going to play his part at some point in time. At running back, a lot of potential over there. But returning 4 offensive linemen, that could be huge for anybody. Jackson Dart, whoever's back there. And watch for the tight end play in this one. One of the co-offensive coordinators, Charlie Wise and John David Baker, they got a sweet spot for tight end. So watch for some tight end play over there. And that's all I had on the offense over here at Ole Miss. How about you, Big Ravy?
Yeah, I mean, just like I said, this is all scheme play for talent-wise. I think they're talented. Receivers, he'll have good ones there. Mingo is a good one. And he's got the transfer Malik Heath. He's a pretty solid receiver. He's had some big games against Bama and LSU. I'll look for him to put a good product on the field there. So I think they're going to be ultra talented on offense. I really do. I think we'll still see those 30-point games from these guys consistently. So I don't think offense is going to be the issue for them this year.
Well, it generally hasn't been a thing. Lane Kiffin's been called in to help out some offense. He has some Alabama background, some SC background. Oh, yeah. So
30+ points a game for sure.
Yeah, but defense is where the problems lie, as they were points per game 63, defending the run 91, defending the pass 60. This year he brings in a couple transfers. Like I said, 25 transfers in total, but these are talented. Kari Coleman and Ashim Young. They come in to help on the back end. You could breeze some D-line nowadays, but D-line kind of comes down to depth. So I don't know. He has his work cut out for him. What can we say? We don't know how these guys are going to merge on the field with each other. It's just something we have to watch and see as far as how the defenses matches up with Lane Kiffin offense, if you ask me.
Yeah, well, they did bring in Pete Golden from Bama for defense, so that should help things out for them. I think they'll improve defensively this year.
Yeah. And on the schedule, let's take a look at that. Well, let's first take a look at the win total. Win total is 7.5. Another one of those ones that is right near the mark, considering they have to play. They have to go to Alabama, LSU, Arkansas, Georgia, Texas A&M. So but as we go through this, it's tough. It's tough in the SEC. It's just tough. So, yeah, they're all going to have to go through some changes and some tough teams to be elite. But the fact that we're like the number 5 team so far within the SEC, and we're still pulling out some type of potential to either beat the bigger teams or have a extraordinary season with all of these teams over here in the SEC.
Yeah, when you start getting these middle teams like this, and you get bowl eligibility is 6 games, as we know, but when you're a 5th ranked team and you get 8 wins, you're just like 2 wins away from like playoff contention. So that just goes to show you how competitive it is. But are you going to get that 8th win or that 9th win? Probably not. You'll probably get 7 or 8. 7 for sure. I can see 7 wins here, but that 7.5, 8 win is the question mark. Where's it going to come from? Is it going to come from an A&M game? Is it going to come from Arkansas? Or is it going? It's not going to come from Georgia, probably, and it's not going to come from LSU. So and it's not going to come from Bama. So here you go. You got to win one of those other marginal games. A&M. Is probably Vanderbilt, that's probably going to be a win, without that. So, and then you always have that end of the year game, which is always, it seems that it always comes down to that last game where you have the rivalry game. That's the game that kind of puts you over the hump. So, I play Mississippi State. So either Georgia, if they're going to get 8, if they're going to get over the hump, they're going to have to beat Mississippi State and they're going to have to beat Arkansas. That's the only way it happens.
Now, the exciting thing about their schedule is that they got 8 home games this year. So that should help out a lot because they're going to be seeing who is this? Georgia Tech, LSU at home.
Yeah.
Arkansas at home. Vandy at home. Texas A&M at home.
Yeah.
Louisiana Monroe at home. So
they're going to have to win 2 out of. They're going to have to either beat Arkansas 2 out of these 3 to get over the hump. They're going to have to beat Arkansas, A&M, and Miss State. 2 out of those 3. Those are the 3 games. They're going to have to win 2 of those. And if they do that, I predict they'll win the 7.5 game. If they don't, under.
Under's where the money at. Under's where the money at. But I'm not a big futures betting guy, but yeah, under's where the money at if you're gonna do it. Let's take another trip. We're gonna stay inside.